phones, the mobile world in general, and what's going on. Jeffrey Kahn is here. He is the CSO, that is the Chief Strategic Officer at AudioCodes. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us. As you pull your phone out.
That was the right time.
Yeah, it's quite right. All right, first, give us big picture. First, tell us what AudioCodes does. What kind of company is it?
Okay, AudioCodes is a technology company. We've been around for 17 years. We're a NASDAQ publicly traded company based out of Israel and offices around the world. And our expertise is in VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol.
Israel was a technological boom. I remember back during the tech bubble covering Israel as a journalist.
Right.
What is it? What happens in Israel that the technological advances that happen in Israel almost supersede ours?
I wouldn't know if it would supersede, but certainly we're competitive. We've sort of been blessed by two major factors. One factor is the guys that are going into the Israeli army are forced to be unbelievably innovative with limited resources. They come out of the army and they're utilized by the technology sector. The second, which is an extremely important wave, is that during the time when the Soviet Jewry moved from the Soviet Union to Israel, they brought tremendous scientific capabilities. So both the Army as a experimentation place for learning amazing technology and a wave of Soviet scientists, it just really gave Israel a tremendous boost.
That's very cool. Okay, so Voice over Internet Protocol.
Right.
Let's talk about this.
100%.
What's happening with it?
Okay, Voice over Internet Protocol is actually where the future is going. It's actually going there not only on what we're going to talk about today, which is the mobile, but it's also going to be changing the way your office works. So companies like Microsoft are now working on areas that's called unified communications to make it so that as you're using your computer here, you could actually just click to be able to speak to somebody, and it'll all be able to be integrated, which is what we actually all want.
So my phone will come through my computer?
You'll be able to use your computer and a Microsoft environment for anything you want. So the bottom line essentially is the networks are moving more and more towards VoIP, which is using the Internet Protocol for all your communications needs.
So how does something like that differ from, say, Skype?
Well, Skype is basically all about VoIP. It doesn't differ. That's the future.
So it'd be like me working and using Skype at the same time.
Right, Skype out, where you'd just be able to click through. So now we've taken that technology, we've perfected it, and we're now bringing it into the mobile world, which is the mobile VoIP. Now, mobile VoIP, which gets really exciting, allows you to take your phone, any phone you want, usually a smartphone it has to be. Then you'd be able to then click on let's say in the Vonage example, you'd be able to click on your Facebook friend and be able to connect to that person free of charge. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But the bottom line essentially is using the mobile technology together with VoIP, you'd be able to connect using the VoIP networks and be able to spend.
So you're boxing out the phone companies?
Well, we're actually inviting the phone companies. The phone companies are now coming to this. So in theory, the growth of the mobile VoIP sector is being pushed by more and more smartphones. Mm-hmm. The data networks are tremendously under tremendous pressure. Prices are being pushed by companies like Skype, Google, and others. So now the opportunity is for people to be able to use their mobile phone, okay, for less expensive calls and sometimes free calls using mobile VoIP.
But does this mean companies like AT&T, Verizon are going to, I mean, we're no longer going to see the cell phone calls anymore? You're saying
you're going to see them cooperate. You're going to see companies like AT&T cooperating, and AT&T just made an announcement this week, I believe, in offering mobile VoIP opportunities. Verizon's cooperating with companies like Skype, and we just announced an arrangement where Vonage, which is also a premier provider, has decided to team up with our technology to be able to offer Facebook users, and it's really an amazing concept if you think of how many kids and people are just using Facebook, to be able to click on your friend list, and then without doing anything else, just click and it actually jumps to a call, and then you can call anywhere you want in the world free of charge.
So I just click on I'm not even on Facebook, so I don't even know what, but you click on your Facebook friend and it automatically calls them without me having...
It goes through the VoIP network.
It goes through the VoIP network as opposed to going through
the
cellular network, right.
So that's an amazing part of it. Now we've taken that one more step, which is also very exciting. AudioCodes has perfected a concept called high-definition VoIP, which is pretty interesting when you think about it. We spend so much time thinking about high-definition video and where we are. People still like to talk to and somewhere to want to connect. And when you think of voice quality, nobody's really investigated what's been happening with voice quality for many years. So we've taken the concept of voice, and especially when you're using over the Wi-Fi or VoIP networks, and we've perfected and created something called high-definition VoIP. So when you use this Vonage work together with Facebook, you're going to be able to use high-definition VoIP. HD VoIP.
That's really cool. Now, how do I find out more about this? Do you have a website?
We have a website. It's AudioCodes. Our customer is AUDC. And our AudioCodes, the ticker is AUDC, and AudioCodes has a website,
AudioCodes.com. Check it out. And it's Vonage. So if you have a deal with Vonage, who do I have to deal with? Vonage or you guys?
We sell to service providers. So we sell to service providers technology. We sell to the enterprise. We basically pass that off to the people.
Is there a cost?
Is there a cost to the consumer? The consumer is basically interacting with the service provider, whether it's a Verizon or a Vonage.
So I'm paying Vonage for this service.
You'll be working with a Vonage, yes.
Right.
AudioCodes supplies the ticket. We're a technology supplier.
I think it's really cool. VoIP is, I mean, potentially, I think, could take over the cellular system because I, for one, am an AT&T user and I can't stand it.
Uh-oh.
With that being said, Jeff Kahn, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
It was interesting stuff. Thank you so much. Chief Strategic Officer at AudioCodes. All right, we're going to